everyone. Thanks for tuning into my special behind-the-scenes National Anthem Project wrap-up show. This is also the last video I will make before I head out to college. How about that? So sit back, relax, and please enjoy. Over the last few years, I have received a lot of questions about my National Anthems and Flags project. So I thought for my final show, I would try to take you all behind the scenes on what has been a fun and amazing adventure. So...
Question 1. How did this get started?
I have always been interested in national anthems. When I was in grade school, I was asked to perform the U.S. national anthem several times, and then the German and Spanish national anthems as part of a school assembly. I have also always been interested in flags. In fact, I consider myself a vexillologist, which means an expert on flags. Since I was about 2 years old, I have had a world map in my room that also showed all of the country flags of the world. I started memorizing flags and country facts as early as kindergarten. So I guess the show kind of grew out of my passion for world geography and music. That is why I hope to study international relations in college. So back in April 2018, I decided to do a couple of flag and national anthem shows, and I announced this new project on my channel. The first national anthem, the USA, was posted on April 13th, 2018, and it is still my favorite. After that, I made the first dozen or so videos using some small flags I had around the house or that I made myself, and my trusty keyboard. I got a lot of positive feedback on that first bunch of national anthem videos, so I decided to make these a regular part of my YouTube channel and see how many I could do. After I ran out of flags, my dad took me to a flag store, Yankee Doodle Flags, and I started using up all of my allowance money and birthday money to buy more small flags. Pretty soon, I had a large collection of flags, and things just snowballed. Sometime in early 2019, Dad and I started investigating how many countries there really are in the world, and I found out that the United Nations officially recognizes 193 nations. Also around that time, I had so many flags all over the house that my mom decided they all needed to be in one place. So I helped my dad make the flag display. At any rate, I decided to try and do all 193 anthems and collect all 193 of the flags, and I announced this plan on the channel back on September 28th, 2019. The challenge was on. I learned so many things doing this project and heard from many wonderful people in the comments. So it really has been one of my favorite activities of all time.
Question 2. What order are these in?
I get this question a lot. My dad says that it is a random order, but I would say that it was in an order that made sense to me in my own mind, and that I did them in the order that made me happy. There are only 3 in the order that have special significance. I picked the USA to be number 1 because that is my country and I am proud to be an American. I picked Bangladesh to be number 100 to honor my special mentor, Mr. Chris Grillo. And I picked Sri Lanka to be the last one because it has 2 capitals, including one with a crazy long name, and it has a nice anthem and seems like a nice country. Other than that, they were recorded and numbered in an order that only made sense to me, but I hope that was part of the fun.
Question 3. How do you make these shows?
I get this question a lot too. The shows are almost never scripted, but over time I got pretty locked into the format. Here is a rough layout of my creative process. First, I make sure I have the flag of the country I want to do next. Sometimes that was the hardest part. Then I research the country. I always work very hard to make sure that I am pronouncing the country name, the capital name, and any other country-specific words correctly. I am sure I made some mistakes along the way, but it was always important to me to try and honor each country as I made their videos. Next, I would learn the national anthem. I would do this by listening to the national anthem on the internet, usually on the Wikipedia page for the country. Then I would sound it out on the keyboard a few times until I felt like it was as close to the internet version as I could make it. This was hard because the internet version is usually a full orchestra, and I have only my keyboard. It was also hard because my dad told me to keep each video to approximately 2 minutes, so I can only play a part of most anthems. Also, I do not use sheet music. I play all of my songs by ear. So I usually try to replicate key parts of the melody and key chords, but I also sometimes freestyled it a bit. I hope that everyone liked my interpretations of these anthems. I tried hard and did my best. After I had the anthems down, I decide what fun facts I want to include, and then I record the video myself. Once I was happy with it, my dad took a final look and then we would post it on the YouTube channel. Once in a while, I had to redo one that failed final review, but 90% of them I did all by myself, and many of them were done on one take. How about that?
Question 4. What were some of your favorite things about the National Anthems project?
Oh, goodness. Like I said earlier, I learned so much about the world on this project. It is hard to pick just a few things, but I will do my best. The first thing I learned is that it is not always clear what is and is not a country. There are a lot of disputed territories and international arguments about the topic, and that is why early on we decided to just do countries that are recognized by the United Nations. If you have a territory or sub-state you'd like me to do, post a comment and I will see what I can do down the road. That brings up another fun thing I learned. Most of you probably know about microstates. They are very, very small countries that are truly separate nations that are generally recognized by the United Nations or the international community. Microstates are pretty cool, and the smallest microstates recognized by the United Nations are San Marino, Tuvalu, Nauru, and Monaco. And they are all in our countdown. However, you might not know about micronations. Micronations are generally tiny places that consider themselves to be independent countries, but not many other people in the world recognize them as such. In other words, I guess you would say that they are not real nations, and they are certainly not real countries, or at least they are definitely not UN countries. Who knew you could just go out and declare your own nation anytime you want? I learned about micronations when a fan posted and asked me to record the national anthem of Sealand, a micronation near the United Kingdom. Some other micronations that you may have heard of include the Conch Republic, North Dumpling Island, Liberland, Freetown, Christian, and Seborgia. Anyway, even though they are not real nations, it was fascinating for me to read about some of them, and you might enjoy it too. Other than the USA, I am not going to name a favorite country or flag or anthem. I guess you could say I love them all. But I am going to name some of the craziest stuff I found. First, there are some country capital names that I found to be just hysterical. They are Ouagadougou. Ouagadougou is the capital of Burkina Faso, and this was my dad's favorite capital name, and we even made up a song about it. Ouagadougou, Ouagadougou, you know you're going to love Ouagadougou. Funafuti. Funafuti is the capital of Tuvalu. And I like this one because it reminds me of a line from one of my favorite movies. Next is Bandar Seri Begawan. Bandar Seri Begawan is the capital of Brunei, and it is one very long capital name. And I love that it has 3 words in its name. And then, of course, we have Sri Jayawardenepurakat. Sri Jayawardenepurakat is one of the 2 capitals of Sri Lanka. And it took me about 2 days of practice to learn how to say one. Okay, now some fun facts about the countries of the world. First, did you know that there are at least 8 countries that have more than just one capital city? Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Swaziland, Georgia, Malaysia, Yemen, and Sri Lanka all have 2 capitals. And South Africa leads the pack with 3 capital cities. How crazy is that? And there is one country that has no capital, and that is Nauru. I guess they figured they don't just need one. Some people also claim that there are other countries do not have an official capital, and there are also some places where the capital city is disputed for sure. Next, there are several countries that share the same tune for their national anthem, including Liechtenstein and the United Kingdom, and Estonia and Finland. Some people also say that Greece and Cyprus have the same anthem, and that South African, Zambia, and Tanzania all have the same tune for their anthems. Thanks to these countries for making my job easier. Then there are New Zealand and Denmark, who supposedly have 2 national anthems each. I mean, come on guys, make up your mind. Last, did you know that there are 2 countries which, at least in my opinion, have exactly the same flag? The first is Romania and Chad. The second is Indonesia and Monaco. There may be some differences, but when you look at them in the 4 to 6 size, they are identical. There are also quite a few flags that are similar, so as your favorite vexillologist, I urge you to keep a sharp eye out, especially for tricky ones like Cote d'Ivoire and Ireland. One of the most thrilling things was when fans from other countries posted comments about their videos. I loved hearing these from, even if they were sometimes telling me that they thought my anthem was off a little. And all people from over 20 different countries have posted, and I even learned some words in Kiribati. How cool is that?
Question 5. What future projects are coming for your YouTube channel?
When I get a break from college, my next project is going to be a rendition of the Elements song by Tom Lehrer. This song puts to music all of the elements from the periodic table of elements. So science fans, get ready for a treat. I am also going to make some crazy country and country capital songs that I think everyone will enjoy. I am going to do videos for all of the U.S. Armed Forces songs. Then I may tackle some classical music by Mozart, Beethoven, and some of the other great composers. Of course, I'm going to continue to record my favorite songs. You know, the ones we sing out loud to when we are driving along with our family. So far, I have done about 20 of these, and I will keep going as long as my mom keeps singing in the car. Let me know if there is something else you would like to see on this channel. I am always looking for fun ideas. Well, folks, that about wraps it up for this special episode. I hope you enjoyed all of this information, and thanks so much for your support. Please post a comment and tell me what you think about this video or anything on my channel. Also, here is one last look at my flag display. If you look carefully, you might see a few things amiss. But don't worry, when I am home for a break, I am going revamp and fix it up a little. Since this is my last video for a while, as I make the big move to college in just a few short hours, I wanted to say thanks to each and every person watching this for the support and positive energy you have given me over the years. You all are amazing. I may be posting less videos as I start my college adventure, but I promise I will start working on my new projects as soon as I can, and I hope to post some new stuff and even see a lot of you on my next school break. Please pray for me as I begin the next chapter of my life. God bless you all. Stay safe and healthy. There is one last flag I would like to show you all. Here it is. That's right. Go Bearcats. Bye, folks.